fans of Peppa Pig could easily spend hours watching the episodes of the world's most famous little pig, following her adventures with family and friends. But have you ever stopped to think about the origin story of Peppa and her English pig family? Despite the show's light and humorous tone, some say that Peppa's inspiration actually comes from a tragic tale filled with secrets and dark stories. The Pink Pig series first aired on May 31, 2004 on Channel 5 in the UK, created by the talented Neville Astley, Mark Baker, and Phil Davies, who also brought us Ben and Holly and the Big Knights. But what few people know is that, to create Peppa, the authors drew inspiration from a spooky and well-known story in England, involving a young innocent girl who lived with her family on a farm in the English countryside. Today, we'll tell you this dark story that may have been the basis for the animated show. So, if you're ready, join us as we explore the fascinating and, at times, eerie world of Peppa. Where it all began, Peppa's origins take us back to the 1990s, when her creators came together to plan a new children's show. They wanted to create a series that was not only fun, but also educational, with messages for kids, a show with a touch of reality. That's when they came across a real and unsettling story that had taken place years before in England, and they realized that this tale, which is likely based on true events, could be the perfect foundation for the show they wanted to create. The original story has its roots in East Anglia, a rural area in Britain known for its cattle farms and pig breeding. It's a region with several slaughterhouses where animals are raised, fattened, and then slaughtered to supply meat to butcher shops. And it was at one of these slaughterhouses, many years ago, on one of these farms, that a disturbing incident occurred involving a girl named Peppa. That's right, the girl's name was also Peppa. And here, the eerie coincidences begin. On this farm lived a widowed father who had lost his wife during childbirth a few years before, along with his young daughter, a cheerful 5-year-old girl, just like Peppa Pig in the show. This innocent, loving little girl was especially known for a large pink bow she wore on her head, which she adored and even slept in. The bow was so big and pink that people nicknamed her the Pink Piglet, as her father raised many pigs she loved to play with. Peppa was enchanted by the pigs on the farm, thinking they were the cutest and funniest animals in the world, especially with their big bellies and the snorting sounds they made. Does this remind you of anyone? The girl interpreted the pigs' snorts as laughter at the stories she shared with them during her solitary life on the farm, far from the town. However, Peppa's father didn't approve of her getting close to the pigs. First, because these animals were destined for slaughter, and it would only be a matter of time before their tragic fate at the butchers, something that would break her heart if she ever found out. Secondly, because no matter how gentle they may seem, pigs grow rapidly, transforming from small, docile piglets into massive animals weighing hundreds of pounds in just a few months. Peppa's father knew that pigs would eat practically anything, and large pigs, like the daddy pig we know from the show, are even capable of devouring medium-sized animals if given the chance. For this reason, at various moments, particularly during mealtime, Peppa's father would remind her to be very cautious, especially when she brought the slop for the pigs. He warned her that they could attack, biting her arm, or even tearing it off if given the opportunity. Despite the warnings, Peppa didn't believe her father and continued to admire the pigs, seeing in them her chubby, pink-snouted friends. Just like in the series, where Peppa jokes and plays with Daddy Pig's belly, the real-life girl also found joy in playing with the pigs on the farm. Little did she know, though, that danger was always lurking nearby. Tragedy on the farm. Peppa's father was constantly worried, warning his daughter not to trust the animals so much and keeping her away from risky areas. But Peppa was a cheerful, imaginative child who saw goodness in everything. To her, these chubby, smiling pigs weren't a threat. They were friends, innocent creatures who seemed to share her joy. Peppa would spend hours in her room at night, drawing pictures of the pigs on sheets of paper with crayons and colored pencils, often depicting them as if they were her playmates. Her drawings showed pigs behaving like humans, wearing clothes, standing upright on 2 legs, and even wearing glasses. Just like Daddy Pig, all of this reflected the lonely girl's simple desire for companionship, as she had no friends nearby, living far from the town and other farms. Perhaps that's why, in the animated version, Peppa has so many friends. The creators may have wanted to make up for the isolation of the real girl who had such a tragic life and whose story inspired the cartoon. One day, after school, Peppa saw something that left her feeling deeply sad and upset. She saw her father placing tags on the ears of 3 pigs, a very large one, a female pig, and a piglet she loved more than all the others. Seeing this, Peppa was curious and asked her father what the tags meant. The farmer then explained to his daughter that a marked ear indicated that the pig was ready to be sold to the slaughterhouse and would eventually end up at the butcher's shop. The girl was simply shocked by her father's words, and that's when Peppa decided she needed to act. She secretly planned to save the pigs, leading them to a hiding spot she had prepared in the forest near the farm. Her idea was to visit the pigs daily, bringing them food and water so they could live there in safety. She even decorated the hideout with her drawings to make sure the pigs wouldn't feel lonely. Peppa was determined to protect her friends and ensure that they wouldn't end up at the butcher's. This showed just how kind-hearted and deeply attached she was to her beloved pigs. Inspiration for the show. Over time, the tragic story of Peppa spread throughout the region, and her drawings, which depicted a family of pigs, began to become a symbol. This story was passed down through generations, with parents using Peppa's legend to warn their children to behave. This dark tale eventually inspired the creators of the show, Neville Astley, Mark Baker, and Phil Davies. Beyond the eerie inspiration, the concept of Peppa Pig as a cheerful and mischievous character reflects the creators' own experiences growing up in stable and safe homes, which served as a powerful source of inspiration for what would become the series. They realized that the simple adventures of childhood could be turned into fun episodes, like the one where Peppa helps her aunt care for her cousin by pretending a spoonful of porridge is a little airplane to get the baby to eat. Peppa, as a character, may have dark origins, but she remains a playful and educational representation of how childhood can be full of discovery and excitement. Even with her tragic background, Peppa and her family offer lessons on friendship, playfulness, and the importance of enjoying life's little adventures. The creators also chose the name Peppa because it was friendly and catchy, while also making a playful reference to pepper, giving the main character a hint of mischief. Over the years, Peppa's voice has been provided by different actresses, with Lily Snowdenfine voicing her originally, followed by Cecile Bloom, and then Harley Bird, who voiced Peppa for over a decade. Today, actress Emily B. Smith voices Peppa, starting from the 6th season. Peppa's design was intentionally made to look like a preschooler's drawing, reinforcing the link between Peppa's real story and the animation. The simple and playful style reflects the kind of drawings found on the farm where the real Peppa once lived and suffered. If you want to learn more about Peppa Pig's fascinating trivia, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to get notifications about new videos. Spooky inspirations. Peppa Pig, as we know her, might have been inspired by other well-known works, and some of these influences might even seem a little eerie. One of the most popular theories about Peppa's influences is the comparison with Olivia, a children's book series by Ian Falconer. Published in 2000, 4 years before Peppa Pig aired, the series features a piglet with a personality quite similar to our dear Peppa. Olivia is also a lively, adventurous pig who lives with her family in large, open settings and explores the world with a mischievous spirit. If you watch the Olivia series, you'll notice a few similarities, like the protagonist's playful antics and the open, family-oriented settings. It's almost as if Olivia were Peppa's older sister. This charming, simple storytelling style that captures the daily adventures of kids seems like a clear inspiration for Peppa Pig. But besides Olivia, there's another much darker work that might have influenced Peppa Pig, Animal Farm, the classic by George Orwell. Published in 1945, this book offers a much darker view of animal behavior and power. The story is set on Manor Farm, run by a farmer named Mr. Jones. The plot revolves around Major, one of the pigs, who believes that animals should take control of the farm. He promotes an idea called animalism, encouraging animals to rebel and expel the humans from power. The rebellion is successful, and the animals finally take control, expelling the humans forever. Interesting, isn't it? Now, take a look at Peppa Pig's world. There are hardly any humans around, but there are traces suggesting they once existed, like coins and statues. It's as if something happened to remove them, leaving the animals in charge. Could it be that Peppa's world reflects this idea of a world where humans have been driven out, just like in Orwell's farm? This is a fascinating theory to ponder, and the creators have certainly kept quiet about it, making the idea even more intriguing. Whether true or not, Theories involving mysteries and origin stories only make a show even more special. Peppa Pig is now in its 9th season, and for over 20 years, it has charmed audiences worldwide with its simplicity and charisma. It seems our favorite Piglet isn't just a children's cartoon, but a phenomenon with many secrets waiting to be uncovered. We know you're a Peppa fan and love discovering mysteries and fun facts about her universe and other animations. So we've selected 2 more videos just for you to watch and enjoy. See you in the next video, and keep exploring this fantastic world with us!